which is talking that big data is close to about $50 billion worth of business as far as software and services are concerned. So, but the interesting fact is that while the opportunities are growing, what we are worried about is the talent shortage. So I'm on slide 16, which is giving you some figures about the kind of shortage that we're looking at. So everybody is in agreement that big data is growing, its importance is growing, the technologies are available. But what is going to be our biggest constraint is the fact that enough people will not be available to understand this big data, to work on big data, to manage big data, and to get meaningful results out of that. So if you look at the talent gap, which is actually for the US market, but it's applicable at the global level, the figures are similar. So we're talking about in the US market a gap of about 200,000 professionals with deep analytics expertise required. So here I'm talking about people with a lot of in-depth analytics expertise. So there is an equal number of people required as far as the technology surrounding that are concerned. And on the business side, we are talking about a gap of about 1.5 million data savvy managers who will be able to consume the results of big data and use that to improve their business processes and business outcomes. So this is the biggest challenge that the big data world is facing today. Is how are we going to bridge this gap in terms of this talent gap, both in the technology, analytics, as well as in the business side. So in this short time frame, it's very difficult for me to completely talk about how we can address this. So in the subsequent slides, I'll just quickly go through some of the key points that I have in terms of what are these competencies that we're talking about and what can one do to launch a competency journey in this big data world. So I'm on slide 17, so where I'm talking about the convergence of various technologies and disciplines. So I've been talking about big data so far. So one of the interesting things is in today's world, the coming together of cloud, mobility, social data and analytics, throwing up a lot of big data opportunities. So we are looking at all these different technologies in these 4 different domains, and we are also looking at the growth in predictive modeling and statistical modeling kind of work. So the big data opportunities are basically transforming 3 things. One is creating a new culture. It's enabling a data-driven culture, a culture where decisions are based on data, and as well as the intuition that comes from big data. And we're talking about transforming businesses because now we know that we can understand customers better, we can design products and services better. And then third, of course, we can optimize our technology investments because we know what's the kind of data that we need to go after. We know what is the best way to put together the various sources and create a big data infrastructure. So these are the things that are driving big data, the coming together of these technologies and disciplines. So I'm moving on to my next slide. So I'm trying to